hurt your midfoot or the middle of your foot and you feel this really sharp pain every time you take a step, usually it's a stress fracture, and it occurs during times of high stress. So chronic injuries from running or jumping up and down or doing any kind of plyometrics, that kind of thing can cause these types of stress fractures. So what happens is you have the pain on Saturday and you run and you do your workout and then you have pain, and then you come in on Monday to the podiatrist and they do an x-ray and you don't see anything. The bone's perfect. And then 2 weeks later, they take another x-ray and boom, there's the fracture. And I'm gonna explain why that happens. So if you can take a look here, this is an actual patient that came in today. You see no fracture here. You see no big crack in the cortex. There's no fluffy bone development anywhere. It's just straight bone, no big deal. But clinically, the patient was having pain right in that area. Fast forward 2 weeks, and we see that there is a disruption in the cortex and that there's fluffy bone growing around the sides of the main part of the bone so that it can glue it together and hold it together. So the reason why this happens is, number one, because of movement. When you have a stress fracture, it moves, and then the body tries to hold it in place by gluing bone all around it. So it makes that ball of bone around the fracture site. That's why you see the white on this side and the white on that side. Usually that's not there. The other thing is the mystery of why the fracture didn't appear in the first place. And that reason is because a stress fracture doesn't really show up until 50% of the bone is lost. So that means that what happens is your body, when it tries to fix a bone, it actually eats away the cracked bone and then develops new bone across that area where the crack was. Well, that's what you see on the x-ray. In the beginning, there was no loss of bone. The body didn't eat the bone yet. And so therefore, now you see it on the second x-ray 2 weeks later. And it usually takes about 2 to 4 weeks to see the fracture actually develop. And that's why when you go to a podiatrist or any kind of doctor that gets an x-ray and you see it on the first visit, you're not going to see the stress fracture, but on the second visit, most likely it's going to